French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife Brigitte have been married for 18 years, but they've always been a controversial couple, and their story still raises eyebrows around the world. He was only 15 when they first met, and she was his teacher, 24 years older than him. Many people see them as a strong and loving couple, but is their relationship really that perfect? Recently, a video showed Brigitte pushing Emmanuel in the face during an official visit, and it quickly went viral. What's really going on between them? And how did their love story even begin? Watch the full video to find out. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to get notified as I upload a new video. Let's go on. It was 1993. A 15-year-old Emmanuel Macron had just joined La Providence, a private school in Amy, a small city in northern France. That's where he first met Brigitte, then known as Mademoiselle. At the time, Brigitte was a literature and drama teacher at the school. Although she wasn't Emmanuel's direct teacher, they grew close while working together on a school play and during the theater workshops she led. Brigitte was 39 years old, married to a banker named André Louis Ozier for nearly 20 years, and the mother of 3 children. Interestingly, her eldest daughter, Lawrence, was in the same class as Emmanuel. Brigitte was living a completely normal and respectable life, a devoted wife, a loving mother, and a well-liked teacher. But everything began to change when she met Emmanuel. Their connection began during the school play. They met every other Friday to work on the script, and over time a deep bond formed. Slowly but surely they became infatuated with each other. We wrote together on Friday nights, and by Saturday I couldn't wait for Friday to come around. I didn't understand why. It seemed insane. Brigitte later recalled Emmanuel was not like the other students. He was exceptionally intelligent, talented, and incredibly mature for his age. He often preferred speaking with teachers instead of hanging out with classmates. Brigitte later said that working with young Emmanuel was like working with Mozart. He was that gifted. At first, everyone assumed their connection was just a close teacher-student relationship. But soon other students began to notice how often they were together, staying late after rehearsals, deep in conversation, and clearly focused on each other. One day, they were even seen at a local restaurant sharing what was described as a tender moment. The rumors quickly spread, and eventually they reached Emmanuel's parents. At first, they assumed their son had a crush on Brigitte's daughter, but once the truth came out, they were shocked. Emmanuel's parents acted quickly. They decided to send him to Paris to finish his studies, hoping that putting distance between them would end the relationship. His father even confronted Brigitte directly and begged her to stay away from his son. But Brigitte responded, "I can't promise you anything." His mother, on the other hand, gave her a harsh warning. "Don't you see? You've already had your life, but he won't have children with you." Brigitte understood how scandalous the situation had become. She tried to distance herself as well. She thought Emmanuel would eventually move on, meet someone his age, and forget about her. But he didn't. Even from Paris, he stayed determined. He called her constantly. They talked for hours on the phone. He overcame all my objections with patience and determination. Brigitte later said, for 10 years, Brigitte stayed in contact with Emmanuel, but remained in her marriage, trying to shield her family from the inevitable fallout. But eventually the marriage ended. Her husband left the family home in 1994, although their divorce wasn't finalized until 2006. 1 year later, in 2007, Emmanuel, then 29, and Brigitte, 54, got married in a small ceremony in La Touque, the same seaside town where she had married her first husband back in 1974. Brigitte wore a short white dress, and her 3 children were there along with Emmanuel's family. When asked about their 24-year age gap, Brigitte told Elle France, "There are moments in life when you have to make important choices. For me, this was it. If I hadn't made that choice, I would have missed out on my life. Everyone deserves to choose the life that truly matters to them." After Their wedding, Brigitte fully embraced. Her new role. She left her teaching career behind to support Emmanuel's growing political ambitions. When he was appointed finance minister under President François Hollande, Brigitte became his closest advisor. Later, when Emmanuel launched his campaign for president, Brigitte was once again by his side. Despite being the target of constant media attacks, one of the cruelest rumors claimed that Brigitte was just a cover for Emmanuel's supposed homosexuality. Emmanuel shut those rumors down, telling his supporters firmly that Brigitte shares my whole life. In 2017, Emmanuel Macron became the youngest president in the history of France at just 39 years old. But as his political career soared, so did the scrutiny of their relationship. Their age difference continued to make headlines. But even more bizarre were the claims that Brigitte was actually born a man named Jean-Michel. The rumor gained traction online, sparking wild conspiracy theories. Eventually, two women who helped spread the lie were ordered by a French court to pay 8,000 euros in damages to the First Lady. Macron addressed the constant hate and criticism by saying nobody would call it unusual if the age difference were reversed. People find it hard to accept something that is sincere and unique. Even though many people disliked them, this couple kept their love strong, and they didn't care about other people's opinions. At least that's how it looked from the outside. Brigitte became known as the president's secret weapon. She shaped Emmanuel's image, helped write his speeches, and even advised him on key appointments. In public, they often held hands, exchanged warm glances, and presented a united front. The French press called them inseparable. One journalist even wrote, "They don't just look like a couple, they look like a team."